Outdoors. We're out in the garage. The season ended a little early for me. Well, season didn't really end, but the late fall, early winter fishing stopped because, well, went to go fish with a buddy and the wheel bearing decided it had enough. So, doing some repairs. So we're gonna put a new, whole new assembly on it. Gonna do all the other wheel bearings too for next season, get those ready. We got a trim seal to fix, oil change, lower unit fluid, which you always do at the end of each year. But I wanted to talk a little bit about today about the main players of the baits for me at the end of the year, or not at the end of the year, throughout the year of my BFL season. Year started off kind of rough the first couple of tournaments. I turned it around a little bit at the Winneconne event, and then July and well, I fished just some opens, but July and August were really good events for me. Actually, my last however many events, I had 3 top 10s and had a top 20 something finish at the regional. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the baits that finished off the season strong for me. There were several players. One of them was a Toad Thumper frog, which I really like their frogs, and they're fairly cheap at Walmart for like 8 something bucks compared to like a Spro or any of those other frogs. Now they're about 15 bucks, anywhere from 13 to 15 bucks a frog, which used to be like $7. We can get these for about $8.50 at Walmart. That was a key player for me in August. I cashed a lot of checks. Well, I had 2 top 10s in August alone on this bait right here. I was catching them on this bait here, and then a little bit of a secret, which it's not really, I don't know if it's a secret or not, but they're hard to buy right now, was the Bass Puzzle grass piece. So if you don't know about that bait already, they're very hard to come by. They only do a certain amount of release every once in a while. And if you want to buy one off eBay, they're about $50. And I would have that tipped with various trailers, either a qclureworx trailer on it, which we're working on something new, or I should say Shane is at qclureworx has come out with a new one that's going to be coming out very soon. That I think is going to be an awesome trailer for that, awesome forward-facing unit type baits. It's going to be, a minnow-style bait that I think is going to be great on the back of the grass piece, which we have some stuff now too. That's not on the website yet, but that's great. So those were the 2 main players in August. I also mixed in my new design in conjunction with qclureworx, the guillotine, which is that there, which is a swim bait, but also with a grub style body to it. And I like to swim that and flip it. So that played a role. Also at the regional, in one of my other videos, was a qclureworx brush jig with a qclureworx knuckle grub. I also would use a QC crawl and Mississippi bug both from qclureworx as my trailers on those. So those were the, qclureworx has the jawjacker, which I'd also use as a swim bait, but the grub was more towards the end of the year. I would flip that or swim it around cover. Those were my 4 main baits from July on that made me most of my money. So I wanted to talk a little bit about those, show you those baits, and that's what kind of got me, turned my season around really. Was those four baits right there. So again, it was a guillotine, Toad Thumper frog, hollow body frog, which is, I really like these frogs, and mainly, if I can get the off of there. Oh, duh. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but I can run my finger over that without it getting caught, and I think that's crucial when you're coming through pads and things like that. They have good hooks, but if you notice right there, it's got a little, I hope you can see that or not, but there's a little indentation right there that hook rides in. So in thick, heavy cover, I'm not having to worry about that getting hung up in the pads and some of the heavier grass. And then when I was fishing the open water was the grass piece. So your open submergent grass, some open emergent grass, I would swim that around too. When I was trying to get away from, give the fish and the heavy stuff a rest, that's what I would swim out in kind of the more open water. And then as we got into September, October, and I started flipping wood and stumps, was the qclureworx brush jig and the knuckle grub on the back of it, or QC crawl, or sometimes I would tip that with a Mississippi bug as well. But those were the main players that got me back. Turned my season around really from July on. I had a rough start, just made bad decisions. So those are the things that turned my season around for me, and I want to talk a little bit about those and show those to you. All these baits are crucial to turn my season around. If you had some baits that turned your season around, let me know. Comment below, like, share it, subscribe to it. Would be much helpful to the channel. And we'll have some big things going on next year. I want to talk about two real quick. This video, there's some big rule changes coming to the BFLs next year, which I think are helpful. Number one is going to be you're only allowed a combination of two of these transducers, either a live scope and 360, or two live scopes or two 360s, as far as that style of transducer, which to me isn't really a change. I'm already only have one live scope, and then I do one live scope transducer, and then a 2D on the trolling motor, and then I do a 2D and structure scan on the back. I've always kept it simple and cost effective because that stuff's very expensive. So that's one rule change. The other rule change is that only 3 fish with a co-angler. Co-anglers may or may not like that. I think it's great for them. It's going to make it more competitive, especially at BFL level. I also think it helps, some boats have shared live well water. Mine does not, but some do, and I think that'll help with fish mortality rates as well. Also, you're just putting less pressure. I don't know, maybe it's not less pressure, but you're keeping less fish in the live well, period, and giving the co-anglers a chance too, to have a shot, making it a little more level playing field, and just giving them more of a chance to be competitive. I think it's a good thing. I also think it's a good thing for the boaters. If you're anything like me, I know some boaters don't care what happens in the back of the boat, and generally probably that's the way I should be. Their job is to catch fish behind us, and it's not our job really to help them catch fish, but I always felt like I wanted them to have a good day too. So for me, I like them to have a good day, and not having that pressure of trying to help them find 5 will be helpful to me. It'll take the pressure off of me feeling like I want them to have a good day. So I always want them to have fun and have a good day, learn something. Maybe I learn from them, they learn from me. But for them only having to have 3 fish limit will be helpful on both sides. I'll feel less pressure about wanting them to have 5. With them only having to have 3, if you can't figure it out behind me and catch 3, I don't really know what to tell you. That sounds pretty not nice, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but without them having to have 5 to be more competitive, I think it'd be nicer for them. They are cutting also down the division, so only 2 divisions now to qualify for the regional. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. It doesn't feel like a real qualification anymore. Where they're taking the top 65 for each division, 2 divisions. I feel like 65. I mean, we're only drawing 90 boats. If you're going out and catching some fish, you're going to make the regional, and that doesn't feel like a qualification to me, so I don't know really how I feel about that. They're also giving away less, I think, money-wise on the co-angler side at the regional. I guess I don't know really how I feel about that, so we'll see how that unfolds next year for 2025. I will be fishing the regionals again with the qualifiers, the BFL Great Lakes Division, to make the regional, which is back again in my hometown, which I also don't know how I feel about. It wasn't... a lot of things didn't go right this year at the regional for the people running it. I hope that more things are in place to make it a better tournament for everybody. So we'll see how that plays out. Excited for it. We'll see what happens next year at the season. Again, these were the baits here that got it done for me. Throughout the end of the year and at the regional. I did catch them on other things, red-eye shads and throwing a Carolina rig with a qclureworx bait at the very end of it. I caught some doing those things throughout the year, but the main players were these that got me to the end. So appreciate everybody watching. We'll be doing videos throughout the year. I might even do some ice fishing this year, throughout the winter, I should say. We'll see what happens there. I don't know. You know, I've had some ice fishing rods that I've never used, so maybe this is the year I break them out. Again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, tell me what your baits were. What did you catch them on? And check out some of my other videos. We had some interesting things at the regional. Check that out. That video's got like almost 47,000 views now. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.